Showing up is the important thing. That's what everyone tells you. Just showing up to the gym and you'll make progress. And that's completely true when you're a beginner. Because before you're doing absolutely nothing, now you're doing something. Obviously, you're going to make progress. If you do absolutely nothing in school and then all of a sudden you start studying for 5 minutes, you're going to get better results. But eventually these gains will run out. Eventually you won't be able to keep doing the minimal effort, just showing up and getting that progress. And you'll get to a point where you'll be training hard, but you won't be seeing progress. I got to this point myself after a few months of training. You might be in this situation right now. So here's exactly how you can lock in with the gym. I was training here, but I was 50 kg. I was still skinny. I was doing push-ups in my bedroom. No, nothing crazy. I wasn't even in the gym yet. And then I finally figured out what to do. I optimized my routine. I got into the gym. I already locked in with it. And this is my physique now, 77 or 78 kg right now. I'm a lot leaner. I'm a lot bigger, a lot more muscle mass. This was because I managed to lock in. Benched 100 kg after 1 year of training. This is all it takes. All right. That's my back. That's my arms, whatever. This is my physique. My name's Billy. I'm an online fitness coach. I'm also a bodybuilder. And this is exactly what will allow you to lock in the gym. Let's go. This is how most people train. All right, let me show you. Most people, they go to the gym. They hit their sets on whatever machine they're using. Let's say they're doing some bench press. That's the bench. They do some bench press, and then they set up and they open their phone and they start scrolling on TikTok. I saw a guy watching Netflix in the gym the other day. I'm not judging anyone, but I'm not sure that's the best thing to be doing. And these people, they train. Open your phone, text some people, scroll a few reels. Oh, okay, I'll hit another set now. And then they hit the set. Okay, done. What do I do next? They kind of look around the gym. I'll do this machine. Train it. Okay, yeah. Another set. Scrolls on their phone. Talks to someone. Scrolls on their phone. Hits another set. This is not the right way to train. All right? Showing up to the gym is important, but it's not the full picture. You can't just keep showing up and expecting to get results. Because everyone knows about the gym now. You'll notice more people than ever are getting into the gym. So the thing that's going to separate you from those that are going to the gym and not seeing progress and actually getting the physique that you want in so much faster time than anyone else is intentionally training, actually showing up to the gym and properly building your physique. And I'm going to explain exactly how you can do this. The first step is to never walk into the gym without a plan. And this isn't saying to overthink. I made a video recently on why you shouldn't overthink the gym. You should just take more action. And it's very important to take action. But at the same time, don't walk into the gym without a plan. Don't walk into the gym without knowing what you're training, all right? At least know the muscle groups you're going to hit. At least know how long you have in the gym. This is what's going to allow you to keep things moving, keep taking action, actually pushing your sets hard and training to failure. Because most people, they kind of walk into the gym and they're like, I could train back today. And then their friend goes, let's train chest, let's bench. And then they do it. I've done it too. I'm not saying that I've never done this stuff, but it throws you off your routine. It means you're not disciplined with it. And this will stop you from making progress. Obviously at the start, it doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want and you'll make progress. But when you're a few months in, you need to have a plan. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know why you're inside of the gym, and you need to know exactly what you're going to do, what weights you're going to use. And this is why it's important to track your sets. If you want to be really, if you want to be really analog about it, right, you can bring a notebook and a pen and you can start writing your sets. I see some guys in the gym doing that and I honestly respect it. Or you can use an app, makes it a bit easier. Whatever you want to use, track your weights, track your sets so you know what you're doing. Next time you can improve it. We all know how important progressive overload is. Make sure you're always training more weight, more reps the next session, constantly improving. We all know the principles of 1% better every single day is 37 times better, 37 times better over a year. So you need to be doing this. You need to be tracking your sets, tracking your weights. That's what's going to allow you to make progress. And the next thing is you need to be training with people that push you, not distract you. And you're going to know both of these types of people. Let's say in your gym, you have some friends from school, maybe you have some people that you know in the gym. There are some people that push you and you know that you'll train harder when you're training with them. And there are some people that distract you. Everything's too funny. You laugh at everything. You don't really train. You kind of talk about life. Maybe this is the problem. I find the people that I'm closest to find it difficult to train with them because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to laugh about. So many inside jokes. You find that you can't actually focus in the gym. And I had to stop doing this. I train by myself quite a lot recently, actually. Mostly because I'm at a different gym. But This allows me to focus more. But when I hit workouts with people and I actually want to push it hard, I train with the people I know that can actually push me. They can spot me properly, make sure that I'm actually going to squeeze every rep out. They make me not a bitch. They make sure that I actually follow through on what I say I'm going to do the extra set, do the extra rep. This is the type of training that's actually going to progress you. And that's why having a gym bro, having someone that you're training with is very important. We have to make sure that they're actually supporting your goals on the same path as you, not distracting you. All right. It's also important that when you're training with someone, you're on the same workout split, you're kind of eating a similar diet. It sounds a bit weird. It sounds a bit random, but doing stuff like this, making sure that you're on track with this person that you're training with is so important. And that's the opposite to someone that distracts you. Someone that's kind of joking around, they're the ones scrolling on their phones in between sets. That's what's going to stop you. That's what's going to block you from making the progress that you want. So you need to be training with people that are pushing you and not distracting you. So whereas, most people are training in the gym and they're kind of just scrolling on their phones and just like, they're not really there. They're not present. They're just doing the motions. Here's how the best lifters train. They train efficiently. All right. This isn't saying they rush their workouts, but they set a time limit. 1 hour and a half I have for the gym right now. And they kind of know how long they're going to take. They kind of time their rests, 2 minutes, let's say, between each set. And they're on point, they're on track with it. They also train to failure. Just because they're moving fast doesn't mean they're training hard. It's so important to train hard. All right. So they're pushing it to failure. They're making sure they're actually putting in the work. And this is what allows them to get the results that you're not getting. They track their weights. They actually push it hard. They push every set to failure. This is what allows them to make the progress. And of course, tracking your progress too. Making sure that when you're in the gym, you're tracking your weights, you're tracking your reps. Let's say you're going for a heavy bench, you track how much weight you're pushing. You have different routines, you have the right plan, you have the right schedule to train with. This is how you'll make so much faster progress than anyone else. Before you hit your set, all right, there's nothing wrong with listening to music. I listen to music in the gym, but just listen to your music, lock in with your set. And this is what's going to allow you to actually see the progress that you want. Don't scroll on your phone. Don't get the dopamine spike. You're already in the gym. Enjoy it. Be present and actually get that gains. Actually get all of the progress that you want. Focus on your breathing. Breathe in when you're doing the eccentric, the concentric. Breathe out. All these little cues are so important for actually making sure that you get that progress inside of the gym and you squeeze every little bit of energy that you have out of your physique to build it, to build more muscle, to look better. Right now, let's say you're training with some guys that are scrolling on their phone. You won't see progress for a while. Sorry, not to say you won't see progress, but you won't see a difference in your physiques. All right. For a long time, you'll kind of see the same progress because you're both going to the gym. Before you weren't going to the gym and you'll see progress. But a year into the gym, 2 years into the gym, this is when you'll start to see the guys that were distracted in the gym, that weren't actually putting in the work. And you'll see the guys that actually trained intentionally, knew what they were doing, stick to the plan, and above all, was so consistent. And you'll see the difference in your physique. So you need to choose right now. If you're going to be the guy who's distracted, kind of shows up to the gym and does whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're going to have a mediocre physique because of it. If you want to make progress like no one else, if you want to get faster results than anybody else, if you're competitive about this, then you need to be making sure that you're training like an effective lifter, like the best kind of lifters. All right. A good way to do this is also observe people in the gym that are bigger than you, made more progress than you, the biggest guy in the gym. Observe how they train. Do they scroll on their phone? Probably not. I mean, maybe they do. They're blasting enough steroids, but the biggest guys in the gym generally are very focused. They know what they're doing. They're in, they're out. They don't hit the longest workouts. And that's why they make the most amounts of progress. And that's why they have better physiques than us. And the most important thing with this is consistency. Consistency with how you treat your workouts, consistency with what time you train, consistency with the meals you eat, consistency with your workout split, not deviating from the plan, sticking to it, trusting the process, training again and again and again, the same exercises, getting better, progressively overloading them. Consistency is the thing that separates people from who don't make progress to the people that actually make all of the progress. It's all about consistency. So this is how you actually lock in with the gym. All right. You need to stop training like most people and need to start being intentional, a bit autistic about it, making sure you don't skip a session, you don't skip a set, you don't skip a workout. All right. These are the important little things that you won't see much difference between you and the people that aren't making these conscious decisions right now. But in a year, in 2 years, you'll see the difference. You'll see the difference in your physique and it'll be worth it. So make your decision right now. What kind of guy you're going to be? What kind of lifter you're going to be? Make that decision. And now you know exactly how you can lock into the gym. If you want to get my full program, which is going to take you from skinny to jacked in 90 days. This was my physique before. This is my physique after. I'm taking over 100 guys through this exact progress, and they're all processed and they're making so much progress. We'll go check it out. The top link in the description, completely free to join. You get my workout splits, my full course, community of other guys on the same journey as you. Free to join, top link in the description, and I'll see you there. Thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.